So this game was great. This is my Stars team, which is at the bottom of the table in this league, against my Blades of Steel team, which are at the top of the table of this league, and at the time of this video are undefeated. So it will be interesting. I decided to play for the Stars team, even though I'll like the Blades of Steel team are my #1 team in this, just because they've been playing for so long, and I've been on their team for a while. But I knew that they would get a lot of shots on the Stars, and I knew that they would enjoy scoring on me because I knew it was going to happen, and I knew I would enjoy trying to stop them. So that's why we did this. So the goalie for the Blades of Steel is actually a co-worker of one of the people on the Stars. I think he's 16 or 17 years old. So playing in this, I think, might have been a bit of an eye-opener, just seeing the different level and force of shots that someone that young might not face as often. But this was a really fun game, so we'll see how it all plays out. It went as expected, but I'll talk about that later on. So if you're buying hockey equipment and you want to support the channel, check out the links in the description. In the US, check out the links to Pure Hockey. In Canada, check out the links to Hockey Supremacy. If you click those links and make a purchase, I get a kickback from the sale. So anything that comes back from that comes right back into the channel, so I can make more content and doing like real reviews and stuff. I got buy gear to do a lot of the tests for it, so that costs money and it would be greatly appreciated. Otherwise, if you want to support the channel without buying anything, check out the links in the description to Patreon, buy me a coffee. Everything through there comes again back into the channel, so I can make more content and doing real reviews.
Y'all
ready for this?
Ball, ball, ball.
So that was a lot of goals. And this was the case of like the Stars are just like outmatched, unfortunately, against the Blades of Steel. And the Blades are really good. I always say that they're really good in this league. I also pointed out before where they tend to get a lead and then they kind of pull back a little bit and let off the gas. And they kind of did that here as well, as you could see. There's a few guys that were really trying to score all the time, and so they kept going, but a lot of the team kind of held off. Like one guy, when I make a diving save, and by a diving save, I mean he goes to look to pass backdoor, even though he has a wide open net, fumbles it, and then shoots, and then I dove and got there. He could have scored like 6 times, but he just kept trying to pass and be really nice about it and pass. So that's what they kind of do. And it helped me in this case because it meant they didn't just light me up even more. Yeah, they got a lot of goals, but hey, what can you do? And the thing about all these goals is there was only really one that I wanted back. And that one was the 5-hole one on the breakaway. And even then, like that was a nice breakaway. The one that was like a bar down shot was an unreal shot and perfectly placed. Like that was amazing. And the guy even said after he scored, he's like, "Oh, Hills is going to be mad about that one because that was a nice shot." The one 5-hole on the breakaway, and the other one was like it was a 2-on-1 type breakaway where so I ended up sliding right because the way the opponent guy shooting got the puck in his skates, it looked like he wanted to pass it. So he like kind of kicked it and then he didn't, and then he just ended up putting in. I thought he was like in the motion of passing, so I went to slide over for that back door, and he never did, so he just like beat me on it. And then all the other ones were just like nice plays. That breakaway one that I mentioned a little bit earlier was basically a play where like I followed him and my stick was where it was supposed to be, but the way he did that backhand, unless I slid into it in the butterfly right away, I wasn't stopping that because it went over my stick. So it's one of those plays, and I talked about it in the last video, where I'm trying not to bite on the first move all the time to get beat. And I didn't try to bite here. I tried to let him kind of play out to see what he was going to do, and he shot. And if I bit, I might have made the save, but like it went over my stick. My stick was in the right position, and it was just like that high off the ice, and it went over my stick and through my leg. So it kind of sucked. But besides that, like 2 goals were directly off my teammate. So what are you supposed to do? Another one was a shot from the point that was going to be a tip out front, and my teammate tips it. So then now I'm sliding into a tip that doesn't exist anymore, and the guy just keeps going and puts it around. So it's like, what are you supposed to do there? So yeah, like it was a blast playing against these guys. I can't wait to do it again. I'm going to play against them again for my Tigers team, so I'll go in net for the Tigers team because I think the result will be not the same because the Tigers are pretty good, but it will be a lot of shots for the Blades, and the Blades have guys who can absolutely wire the puck. So that's a lot of fun to play against, and these guys also get to see themselves on camera too, so that's always a bonus as well. So, but yeah, it was great playing with against these guys, and it was kind of funny because I dressed in their room, went out, played against, swapped sides, went back in and went in, and they scored 7 goals on me that night. So, but it was great, and like I said, I'm really looking forward to doing it again.
You're watching HockeyReviews.ca.